Oh, thank you, Sony. $10. Some free money from a company that apparently ain't got no money giving out free money. But you got other companies like Microsoft and Nintendo that got all this money, but they don't do this type of shit. Thank you, Sony. Exposed. Oh! Woo!
Alright, what's good? It's your boy, Bobby W223 here, and you guys already know what it is. You already know what the fuck it is. You know what's going down, the PlayStation event, the PlayStation conference. You know, everybody's reacting to it, everybody's blowing up Twitter. You know, it's the number one thing right now, trending on Twitter is PlayStation right now. Shit's going crazy. You got fanboys over here, you know, cheering. You got fanboys over there booing and hating. You know, it's just a lot of shit's going on right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and give my reaction, everything like that. Just kind of jump through this. Pretty much Sony started off talking about the specs, and well, they started off with, of course, the little, you know, montage, you know, video trailer and stuff like that. Like they always got to do the little montage trailers and things like that. And then after that, they pretty much just jumped right into talking about the PS4. They didn't waste, you know, too much time. They jumped right into it, and it is going to be called the PlayStation 4. At least, you know, here in America. I'm not sure about the rest of the world, but here in America, they are calling it the PlayStation 4, which is what I had predicted. Yeah, so they jumped in, talked about specs, 8 gig RAM, 8 gig of fast RAM. I forget the name of the RAM. I'm not a huge spec guy, but I guess supposed to have some kind of like super souped up PC for, it was either the GPU or the CPU, and 8 gigs of fast RAM, and different things like that. All to me, that's kind of more of the boring stuff. Only thing about the specs the only reason I care about the specs is because that kind of, you know, not kind of, that obviously does determine, you know, how much the console is going to cost. If it has expensive specs, it's going to be an expensive system, and it is kind of sound like this is going to be a pretty hefty price for the system, which kind of scares me because they didn't announce the price. I'm assuming they're waiting to do that at E3. They also didn't show the system, so I don't know if they're still kind of working on the cosmetics of the PS4 or what, but they broke down the actual, you know, the inside, you know, the specs, the hardware, and it's all sounding pretty good. Once again, 8 gigs of RAM, you know, a very high-end CPU and GPU, and things of that nature, so that's all good. Now, let's get into the meat, which is the games. Actually, first off, I want to say Gaikai, which is something I notice a lot of people have been ignoring. You know, Gaikai. I like what Gaikai is doing. I can't remember if I've said this on record, on YouTube or on the podcast or anything like that, but just talking amongst my friends, that is something that I know I have mentioned. But you know, whichever way, whether I mentioned this on record or not, you know, doesn't really matter. We saw what Gaikai is doing, how they're in a way gonna give PS4 backwards compatibility without it really actually having backwards compatibility. And what I mean by that is with Gaikai, which is a streaming service that Sony bought about a year or two ago. It's pretty much like On Live. For you guys to know what On Live is, if you don't know what Gaikai is, picture that, but on a game console. You're going to be able to stream PS1, PS2, and PS3 games. Now, if they can pull this off on, you know, people's different, you know, everybody has different connections, so, you know, if they can pull off the whole latency thing and everything like that, that'll be dope. I still kind of want to know more exactly how that's going to work with, like, you know, let's say, you know, PS3 games. You know, obviously that's probably the main thing that people want to know. So I, you know, like, say if I rented a game and I have the game save, you know, like the save file or whatever on my PS3, and then I want to stream that to my PS4, like, how's that gonna work? Because if I just rented a game or borrowed a game on my PS3, you know, a game basically that I didn't actually buy, I just rented or borrowed, could I stream that to the PS4 and stream the full game? Like, you know, is it only games that you bought? How are they gonna know if you bought the game like that? I still want to know more about that, but on paper that sounds dope. Also, being able to basically being able to instantly start up a game, so I could like start downloading a game the same way for any of you guys. If you download a movie on the PS3 or whatnot, and it gets to like 5% or whatever, you can click play and have the movie start playing even though it's still downloading. You're basically going to be able to do that with downloadable games on the PS3. On top of that, it sounds like with Gaikai, with disc-based games or just games in general, like how you can do with handhelds like the DS, PSP. If you're playing a game, you pause it and you put the system in like standby mode, and then when you turn the system back on, you can quickly go right back to the game without having to reload it. It just basically unpauses and you're right back into it. Sounds like you're gonna be able to do that with the PS4. I don't know if that's exactly a Gaikai feature or if that's just a PS4 feature, but either way, that sounds dope. They're gonna have the share feature, which which was rumored. There's a share button on the controller, which was rumored. So you're gonna be able to share your like 15 minutes of gameplay or whatever, put it on Ustream, different things like that. They got this other feature where this I think is I'm probably to me I don't agree with this feature, but anyway, where I guess people can actually like play your games for you. Like, I mean, that's cool, I guess, but I don't know. It just seems kind of weird. Like, to me, the whole purpose of having a gaming system is to play games, but I can't think of any situations at the top of my head where I would want to use that feature, where I would want somebody to play a game for me, or I would play a game for them. The only thing I can see that would be dope about that is, if it was a game that I didn't have, and I'm like, oh, yo, man, you got the new Killzone game. I wanted to try that out. Then I could jump into that feature and basically play it and have it streamed to my PS4, even though I don't have it. So once again, I don't know how that's fully gonna work because I'm assuming you can't play the whole game. Because hey, maybe you can. I don't know. I don't know if it's maybe more like a demo type of thing or what. But sounds cool. But I don't know. There was some other Gaikai features on there. They showed a little of like the OS, I think, or like something kind of with the like the friends list or something like that too, I believe. And see if I can maybe put that up here real quick. Hang on. But yeah, that was pretty much it as far as Gaikai for the most part. But yeah, I don't know if you can see that's on my phone. It's kind of shitty on there, but here on my phone, that's kind of what the or like the friends listing kind of looks like. So it's kind of like how it is on the PS3 for the most part. It's pretty much that. But yeah. So now let's get into it. The games. They started off with, I forget his name, but developer, he worked on Crash Bandicoot, Sonic, a lot of other great games back in the day. And shit, what was the name of his game? It actually looked pretty dope. It was like start with like a K. Oh, Knack. It was like Knack, like Knack. Knack. Looks like kind of like an action adventure, maybe platformer type of game. It looked pretty cool. Like, I'm a fan of those kind of, like, I guess you could say, mascot, adventure, 3D or third person, type of game. So it looks pretty cool. Yeah, that looked dope. Then they had Guerrilla Games come out and they showed the new Killzone game. It's not called Killzone 4, it's called Killzone Shadowfall, but I'm assuming that this is pretty much Killzone 4. Maybe it's a prequel, I'm not sure. I can't remember if he said, I can't remember what time period this is supposed to take place within the Killzone series, but new home console Killzone game looked pretty dope. The animations you could see wasn't fully there, like, so I don't know if this is gonna be a launch title or what. Like, you could tell, like, when some of the human characters were walking around and stuff like that, like, just their animations didn't quite look completely smoothed out. So, but hey, they got a good 6 months or so, something like that. They got a while to kind of to iron out if it is going to be a launch title for the end of this year. Show that look dope. This isn't in order. I'm just kind of trying to go off of memory and just kind of looking stuff up too at the same time. But I know Media Molecule came and they showed. I don't know if this is supposed to be a game or they were just kind of showing more like gameplay technology because Media Molecule is really into gameplay and creation and things like that. So they were pretty much showing how I guess you can like sculpt, create, and like record and use the move. Like I don't know how to explain it. You kind of have to just just check it out, but it looked cool. Like it was kind of like using the move and like as like a puppet master type of thing, and like create stuff with it. Like it looked pretty dope. Like I'm a huge fan of Media Molecule, so you know they haven't done me wrong yet. So I'll definitely check out whatever the hell it is that they're doing for the PS4. David Cage, the head developer for Quantic Dream, came out and basically was just showing like graphic technology and just showing the evolution of graphics from the games that he's made and stuff like that, and like the polygon count and things like that. And he showed like this face, like this old man's face, and all the details in it, just kind of showing like, hey, this is kind of what you can expect from my team when it comes to graphics for whatever the hell we're gonna do, which it'll probably be the next like 3 to 4 years or something like that, since you know Beyond Two Souls coming out this year, so it'll probably be a few years before they release the game. Capcom came out with the game called Deep Down. It looks kind of Dark Souls ish, like should be a pretty cool role playing game. Looks dope. It's Drive Club, made by the guys that do MotorStorm. The game, it looks like Gran Turismo, which is kind of funny because you know it's made by the guys who did MotorStorm, but it pretty much looks like a Gran Turismo type of game, but with even better graphics than Gran Turismo 5, which that game still looks awesome. Infamous, what's his name? Nate Fox. Hope that's his name. Sucker Punch came out, showed the next Infamous title. It was pretty much more like a cutscene. I don't think there was really any gameplay, but you know, I think it's supposed to be all in-game footage or whatever. It's called Infamous Second Son. So I'm assuming this is supposed to be Cole's kid because spoiler alert, but Infamous 2, depending on which way you played it, Cole either dies or becomes the super villain. So they pretty much, I guess, are ending Cole's story with Infamous 2, far as I know. So it looks like this is going to be about his son. The nigga was teleporting, so I'm in. I love teleportation, superpower type of stuff. Looks dope as fuck. Picture Infamous, but the dude teleporting even more than he does, and yeah, just awesome. This game called The Witness that's coming out. Game looks like pretty dope. Trying to remember I can't even remember who showed that one, but a game called The Witness. Kind of looking through this list. Diablo 3 was announced for PS3 and PS4. I'm not really a huge Diablo fan, but I understand that's a pretty popular game, so I'm sure a lot of folks are excited about that. We'll see what else. Square showed awesome like tech demo stuff that they showed before. Square be trolling, man. Talking about, oh, we got a new Final Fantasy game coming out for the PS4. See you guys at E3, like, you motherfuckers. Where's Kingdom Hearts 3? So they did that. Showed how the Vita and the PS4 are gonna work with Gaikai, how you can stream PS4 games to the Vita. They showed the game Knack being played on the Vita through Gaikai or whatever. See what else? I know there's more stuff they show, but I mean those are pretty much the highlights for me. Was Knack, Killzone, Skyfall game, or Shadowfall game, my bad, Shadowfall, Infamous Second Son. Oh, Watch Dogs. They show Watch Dogs running on the PS4. I mean, it looked like just like what we saw last year at E3, so it's just confirmed for the PS4. The developer also says it's coming out for the PS3. I still don't believe that the PS3 and the 360 can run that game from what we've seen. I think that the PS3 and the 360 are probably going to get more of a downgraded version. I could be wrong, but either way, they showed the game running on the PS4. Looked pretty cool. Apparently there was some screen tearing. I didn't see any, but some people were saying that there was some screen tearing going on. But hey, we'll see what happens in the next 6 months or so. Same thing with that Killzone game. Like I said, some of the character animations were kind of off. Yeah, highlights. Yeah, Gaikai, Capcom's game as well. Deep Down looked dope. Watch Dogs, Nag, Killzone, Infamous Second Son. I'm not really a huge driving fan, but Driving Club will probably be cool for those people that are in those kind of games. I'm into car racers, but not like those kind of racing games though. They didn't show too much on the EI other than like the profile and showing how you can share things with your friends and how you got the instantaneous streaming with your games and downloading and streaming games. So pretty much almost like a Netflix for video games. Dope as hell. I'm hyped. I'm actually a little bit more calm now. I wasn't gonna make this video earlier, but I had to calm myself down first. But yeah, if there's anything I missed, I'll make like a part 2 video. I know I kind of talked fast through this, but yeah, I gotta get out of here pretty soon. So I just want to make this video for you guys, even though I know all the other big YouTubers probably already got their videos out. But thanks for watching, and thanks again, guys, for the 400 subs as well. I know I made a video about that, but I really do appreciate it. I went from 300 subs to 400 subs in 1 month, which is for me, that's pretty fast. Like, I was looking through my channel and looking how many months it took me to get from 100 to 200 to 300 and so on and so forth. And this is definitely the fastest I've gone from, from 300 to 400, like that, getting 100 subs, however you want to say that. This is definitely something that I appreciate. So thanks for watching, thanks for listening, and I will catch you fools on the next video.
And to all you PlayStation haters out there, because I know y'all were watching. So to all you PlayStation haters out there, I got one question for you, and one question only.